Alright, so we're doing a little bit of match analysis today. I wouldn't say this is a particularly good match on my part. It's the first time I had played against a human being in 3 weeks? 2 weeks? Something like that. But I gotta get into the habit of doing this. Okay, so we start off not really hitting each other for a while, which I think is a little strange. There's just very unfocused attacks. This person is spamming tech skill like crazy. I'm just kind of waiting for an interaction. Okay, so I got a grab here. Let's try to figure out what led me to get that grab. Because up until this point, this guy is just spamming tech skill, and they don't really seem to want to play like a neutral game. They just kind of want to get some random stray hit by doing like 50 million aerials an hour, which I actually have a very hard time dealing with Sheik, especially if I haven't been playing against foxes like this. So this one was almost really bad. I should have been dead here. If they just kind of waited for me to commit before they just jumped out and picked a random spot to shine, I certainly would have been dead, but they got a little greedy. And then I land my first attack of the game, which is just, again, a random fair. I think a problem I have, and this is something I really got to focus on, is if they're not playing neutral, I don't end up playing neutral. I also just kind of start doing things at random. And my character is worse at that than Fox, although Sheikah generally a pretty good character for that. And my playstyle in particular, I don't think is suited for that because I can't go as fast as someone else. So it's why try to race them? Why try to beat them in random hit off? Instead, I really gotta slow down, gain composure, pick a spot, try to fight them on that spot. So yeah, I get the first grab because essentially they messed up. They should be able to drill me safely here, but they had a weird drift on their drill, so I get a grab. So here, I had just been practicing tech chasing right before this, and I was very happy to get a fox because I had been practicing tech chasing fox, and I think I got a regrab here. Yeah, so that's great. That's what I should be doing, 90 to 100% of the time, if I'm going to be a good Sheik player. Then they tech in place, and although I had been practicing specifically tech in place, I did not react to it in time. They get out, but luckily we just reset to neutral. I don't get punished past that. If I read tech in place, I usually do up smash or down smash or something, which is okay, depending on the percents. But really, I should be committing to going for a regrab if that's what I'm smelling. Okay, I get another grab because they did another bad drill. Too high up on my shield. I think I want to say I recognize that, but I don't know if I can really recognize good drills and bad drills, or if I just kind of go for the shield grab at random. They tech in place again. I think at this point maybe they recognize I can't punish tech in place, or I didn't punish it last time. Part of me wants to think, oh, I should pick up on patterns like that and exploit them, and here I kind of did. I down smashed, which is not a good option at this percent, but I did it anyways because I read tech in place. But instead, instead I should just learn to reaction tech chase and just pick up the grab easily. There I do something really stupid. Why did I do this? I see that they miss tech. They're doing a normal get up. I go for grab, but I'm just way too slow. And then instead of recognizing that I'm going to be slow and waiting to hit some other option, because I still know they're going to be in that spot and their options are kind of limited, I should probably just back off and get good spacing. But instead I get greedy, go for another grab. They spot dodge, shine, big punish. My defensive game against Fox is not good. I definitely panic double jump there for no reason. This is something I really like. I get a little stubborn here. I miss the one up air, and then immediately my brain is I'm fishing for another up air, which I do get. I think this is actually quite good. This should be a kill. If I just fair here instead of bear, I think they're just insta-dead. But instead, I end up in this weird spot where I think I didn't realize I turned around, and I get a really weak bear, which I think I could still capitalize on. But this is another interaction I really got to think about. if Fox is below here, they have way less options than I do. They have to either double jump to ledge, in which case I have the ledge, GG. They have to double jump back on stage or like air dodge back on stage, in which case I can react to that as soon as I see them kind of crossing the threshold of the stage and hit them. Or they have to up B, which I can easily react to and just drop down and kill them. So me doing this is just like autopilot. Like, I just drop down because I'm like, I gotta finish this stock and I gotta cut off their options ASAP. But of course they double jump, they get to the ledge before me, and that leads to me dying. So not smart on my part. They start teabagging. This is very common online. I think probably from a player called Fuck America on July 4th. It's to be expected. But it's really stupid, and it really kind of spits in the face of what I like about Melee. Melee is predominantly, through its 20 plus years of history, been an in-person game. And in person, you would never do stuff like this because, being an asshole to the person sitting right next to you is a lot harder than being an asshole to an anonymous person over the internet. But you see a lot of this on online Melee, and it's 100% just to piss off your opponent and make them play bad. And it works. I think I played a lot worse as soon as I realized they were this type of player. And then after I'm down a stock, they start playing extremely campy and defensively. Just trying to wall me out here. Running away, shielding. And basically I fall for it 100%. I'm playing like really bad at this point. Again, I'm too frantic. I'm not trying to play like my neutral. I'm not trying to play at my tempo. I'm just kind of jumping into their stuff, and they get to have the benefit of reacting. This is like the most common missed input I do. I want to run off and fair them and try to get to them as they're getting to the ground in case they make the wrong defensive option. In this case, it wouldn't have worked anyways. I would have just gotten punished, but instead I hit forward on the C-stick too fast, and I just forward smash. Mediocre ledge dash, followed by grabbing thin air. What can we say about this? Nothing. I'm just playing really sloppy at this point because I'm pissed off that this person was teabagging me. I finally get the first stock. Let's try to see how this up tilt hit. Basically for no reason it hit. I hit their shield once and then they jumped, so... Basically, this entire game so far has been capitalizing on each other's mistakes, and it's just kind of like who is making more mistakes. I wouldn't necessarily say that either player has demonstrated like a good neutral or good punish yet. There I get a grab because I recognize they've been doing these falling up airs a lot, and I space around it, get a grab, that's good, but then I forward throw instead of down throw because I have to be disciplined about down throwing with C-stick, which makes it a lot more consistent. Lots of just kind of sloppy stuff here. I just kind of keep getting clipped. My defensive options are like not good. Like double jumping there makes no sense. I have to pound it into my head that if I'm in a disadvantaged state, instead of double jumping, burning a resource, and ending up like more vulnerable in that state, I should just land ASAP and then reassess. Truly baffling punishes for me here. I get the jab, then F tilt the wrong direction, and then just die. And then they teabag again. So yeah, not a good first game at all. They immediately go to ledge because, again, they know I'm tilted, and all they have to do is play defensively, and they'll win. I get a quick down smash there, but I really shouldn't. Again, just capitalizing on each other's mistakes. This here is like a type of greed that I really have to watch out for. I get the needles, and I'm happy I get the needles, and then I think, oh, maybe this means I can get grabbed too? No. I have to recognize, like, they're going to be actionable way before me. Then they just start spamming up smash, which is another common theme of this set. Again, very, very defensive play on their part, and this should close it out, but not really the tightest play on either of our ends. I don't punish second place again. Here, I'd somehow flummox them with my movement, and my odd jabbing the wrong way, and they just sat in shields. But I can't count on stuff like that to work. Yeah, not really happy with any of this. So many things dropped. I'm definitely very frustrated at this point. And then that closes it out. Okay, let's look at the next game. So down a game. I believe they ban Dreamland. I struck to Battlefield and Yoshi's at first. I also banned Dreamland and Stadium because I would rather scrap with Fox than have Fox camp me. So I like to play smaller stages against Fox. And so when I struck Dreamland and then they banned Dreamland, I took offense to that. We went to Battlefield. This is my favorite stage for the matchup overall. And then this game goes a lot better. So right away, I'm not really getting baited into just running around spamming attacks. I've like composed myself a little bit more, get a big grab here, nothing. Throw away a stock here completely. This is just the worst DI you've ever seen on Shine. No words can describe this. I get a good power shield there, and like I ought to be able to capitalize on it. But because of whatever moves I was choosing to try to like counter hit with, I ended up with just the kill yourself DI, and Shine just like wrapped me around the corner of Battlefield and insta-killed me. Which is not what you want your opponent's one frame move to do. So I try to regain composure. I'm like, let's just kind of take the center. Let's throw out some aerials. They're still playing pretty aggressively at this point in this game. I get another very quick kill with down smash. They just double jump into it. But again, it's just a mistake on their part that I'm capitalizing on. So basically we've both just thrown away one stock for no reason. I throw needles for no reason. I think this up tilt is really good. This one is one that I want to look for, where they try to get down through the platform really fast to hit me. I also like this movement here. A little loop-de-loop, if you will, where they're waiting in shields, they whiff a grab. I can tell they're like a little flummoxed. They want to be back in the driver's seat, and I can punish them, and then fairing from that direction at that percent puts them in a really awkward spot where I should get a grab there, but I don't. I just screw up and whatever. And then another forward smash in neutral because I have sloppy execution. Here you can see, for better or worse, my mentality in action, which is where I very quickly internalized that the little loop-de-loo fair worked and should have netted me a lot more, and that I should be looking for opportunities like that. So I just immediately tried the exact same thing again, which is where I think my recognition kind of betrays me. But whatever. I get down to the ground. I'm still being really excessively aggressive, I think. And it works out okay because I think my opponent is also really trying to get back in the driver's seat and is unwilling to kind of like let this properly reset. So they're playing a little scrappy too, and that's where I can excel. But I think I should be able to like be focused on like forcing those situations instead of just kind of taking advantage if my opponent is playing like that. Like I should be the one that wants to go to neutral, be the one that like wants to take control of the pace rather than just like taking advantage of my opponent being flustered. So here I clean up this stock pretty simple. Oh, no, just kidding. I made it way harder on myself. I have no idea why I thought I should throw needles there instead of, you know, running off and hitting them, but whatever, I did it. This is like so bad. So bad. Let's break. Okay, this is where it should have ended. I have no idea where I didn't just end there. I just should have held ledge. Then this is where it should have ended. I have no idea why I didn't just take ledge again and, you know, do the thing I should have done last time. And then this is where it should have ended for me, that they should have just dropped down shined or waited for me to recover or refresh ledge or done a million other things, but instead they just die to the up B, which is lucky for me, but, you know, I had also fucked up a lot. So here I feel, I guess, a little more secure. and I kind of play in a way that I like a bit more. I'm like distanced. I'm not just holding W. Rolling on stage there was really bad. I'm actually like an advocate of roll on stage. I think roll on stage is like underrated, and it's going to be a long time before I stop doing it. But I have to be smart about it. I have to look at my opponent when I roll on stage, I think. And here, they're in like prime position to just come down and punish it. And for some reason, I didn't recognize that. If I just had done like neutral get up, ledge dash, whatever, I would have been way more safe here. So now I'm off stage. I should be dead. I get away with the most brain dead fair in the world, which should never work. Bop. Clank shine with F tilt, which is unfortunate, and then I'm dead. And here they don't teabag, which is very funny and reveals, like, I think, a real insecurity in their psyche, where they only want to teabag if they're winning. But whatever. I start trying to poke with U-Air, which is not good at this percent. And I think this is like another just general mindset thing I have, is like I really like these poking U-Airs, and I think I get a lot off of them relative to a lot of players. And it's just something I kind of like because it feels like a little underexplored and people aren't ready for it, and I can get sometimes really cool punishes. But I have to like recognize the percent. At this percent, I'm not gonna get diddly squat, you know? I have to recognize that even if I get the cleanest UR of my life, I'm not gonna get, you know, the juicy follow-ups that I'm looking for. And I'm gonna be conditioning my opponent to counterplay them. Like, they're going to start looking out for me doing them, so it actually lowers their efficacy overall. Here I try the trick that worked before. Little loop-de-loop. It doesn't work, but they aren't ready for the next option. They just drop shield for no reason. I drop a grab for no reason. Here I actually get a punish. There's the Euro I'm talking about. Doesn't quite work out this time, but they DI'd it better than most people do. This I think was a good recognition on my part, that after they reflect the shine, they're going to be stuck in shine like a little longer than they expected. And I'm like, I remember thinking like, oh, they're going to panic side B. And then I just scoot over, grab the ledge, and punish their side B. Get my full stack of needles. Kind of sloppy movement. There, again, I like falling U-Air in this position. I really do. I think it's pretty cool. And often people aren't really that ready for it. And you can get some cool stuff off of it. But looking at their percent, literally any sort of response they have to it is going to beat me. Here, I've like over-eagerly F-tilted because lately I've been getting stuff out of their shield on F-tilt. This is like one of the weirdest up smashes I've ever seen. I don't really understand what happened here. I get the grab. I read tech in place, because it just felt like it was about time. Up smash, it doesn't do anything for some reason. I actually don't know what happened there, but whatever. They laser for some reason. This is just like such a scrappy mess. But we end up back in neutral without really any damage. Here, I'm just not looking at the dang screen. These are not hard to react to. I could be cleaning up these stocks way, way easier. But instead, I just kind of read. Oh, they're probably going to tech in place. I want to just push them to the edge. I'm going to down smash. So it's like lazy play, but it doesn't really matter. Grab the wrong way, spot dodge their grab, and then clean it up. Okay, so a game that goes a lot better for me. I think the biggest differences were that I wasn't tilted as much. I wasn't just like rushing in to try to prove some ridiculous point, but instead I was, you know, playing a chic game plan, playing a chic neutral, and trying to take advantage of like my spacing and such. Okay, let's watch the last game. So I struck Stadium because I feel like, I don't know, I just felt very annoyed by this player. I thought this is the type of person to be very annoying, and in my mind, Stadium is more annoying than FD, because Stadium you can just hide under side plat and it's hard to deal with. But I regret it. I would rather have played this game on Stadium. I think I got way more tilted here, as you'll see. So immediately they just start lasering. I charge needles. I kind of teabag them for a bit, and then this ridiculous scenario plays out, which they have enough of before me. I could have, been a whole stock ahead at this point if I had A, down throwed, and B, been better at tech chasing. That's the hard part. Getting that grab is the hard part. I mean, they kind of gave me the grab for free because they sat in shield after I U-tilted for some reason, but that's the part that, took an insight or took some sort of recognition. Down throwing and getting follow-ups off down throw is the relatively easy part, and that's just something I have to grind out in execution. So I go for up tilt again, big jab reset here, big combo. I should have re-grabbed, but I'm just kind of... This is the Sheik I like. This is the sort of Sheik stuff I like, where you get them in a spot where you can kind of do any move in any order, and it's going to work. Let's look at how badly I screwed up this edge guard. So this is one that I miss all the time, and I think it's just like somehow I've internalized the wrong pace of the matchup. Not the pace of the matchup, but just the timing of this specific scenario. That for some reason, I'm convinced this is the right time to go. And I do this every time, and then I'm wrong every time. So I do it too late, or too early, or whatever. Just the exact wrong timing. Fox gets to the ledge before me. In many situations, I'm dead here. Luckily, I get the explosion again. I'm getting a lot of lucky explosions, but whatever. And then what do? This is actually the perfect time for up air, I think. This is like the dream scenario where I get to bust out my beloved up air. But instead I go for a fair, and it's beaten by their falling bear. Now we're back in neutral. They're definitely scared. They just sit in shield a few times and then run away and start shooting lasers. This was like very silly and undignified of me. I don't know why I was so sure I could get there in time. I think it would have been way better for my mental and the pace of the game if I had just let them recover and like just gotten a little bit closer. But instead I overcommit, trying to finish off the stock there. But they're like 130. I don't know. This was a little lucky. I kind of screw up this timing. Like I had the right idea. Going out there was good, but it's like I have to continue watching the screen. It's like I watch the screen for a little bit, and I go, okay, this is the time where I can cover pretty much everything by jumping out and bearing. If they fire Fox high, if they fire Fox low, if they drop to the ledge side B, sweet. So I jump out, and then here's the spot where I should be like, oh, they're going to side B, therefore I should just get to the ledge ASAP. Or I should do something else. Like, I'm not covering high Firefox anymore. I can go back to the ledge and then recover everything else more solidly. I don't have to commit to this. But instead I do. I still kind of just pick a spot and try to cover it instead of, increasing my options and increasing my coverage. So this is very bad, and in a lot of spots I would be dead here because Fox can just double jump and shine me, and then I'm like Omega dead. Which is, I think, what they wanted to do. Damn, Sheik looks really cool here. But luckily, the very last hit of my bear covered it, and we're all good. I charge my needles. This one I find really funny. I'm not really sure, this was kind of like a game of chicken. I'm not really sure, what the intent on either of our parts was, but I run all the way over to the ledge and put myself in a stupid spot. But then they don't really capitalize. I get aerial needles there, a fair that does, or an F tilt that does nothing. My falling U-air here I think was a missed input, but who the hell knows, because I just love falling U-air so much. That get-up attack was very intentional. I knew in my mind that it would hit. I mean, really, I should just not be missing tech there. So yeah, that was dumb. I don't know. I get this tension when I play that I'm I gotta do something cool. I gotta make something happen. And then it leads to, just jump in falling U-air in neutral on FD, which in a million years isn't gonna work. Because if I'm jumping at them, what reason do they have to not just shield? I haven't really been threatening Tomahawk grab. So yeah, and then look at this. I eat a big, well, a little punish. Could have been a big punish. Bad at covering side B onto stage. This is a consistent theme. I have all of these frames to react to, and then I stand there like a fool and die for it. And then they taunt again. Bro, fuck America. I'm on your side. Fuck America for life. Happy 4th of July. If only you knew how much I hate America. I'm guarantee it's more than you. But of course I'm really salty too, so I respawn and taunt as well, which lets them get a grab. So basically like 40% for free just because I was salty. And then basically this whole stock just falls apart because I was salty and played way too aggressively. Double jumping there is so bad, and I don't know how to make myself stop doing it. Like, what am I thinking? This is right before the double jump. He's trying to shark me. They're, like, dashing around in a zone where they can shark me if I do anything. Really, the problem is that we're on FD. and in this situation, it's kind of chessmate for Sheik, I think, in a lot of ways. But I double jump. Because I'm like, let's try that again. Like, maybe I can come up with something else. But what have I done? I've just burned a major part of my recovery. I've put myself in the exact same situation that I was in a second ago. And if I had just fought over it the first time, if I just tried to land, yeah, sure, maybe I get sharked, maybe I get hit again. But at least I have my double jump. Whereas now, I'm in the same situation but worse. And it's like, what did I figure out that I'm going to do to not get sharked? Oops. Well, we can see this again, yeah. I'm falling, double jump, and then I just land. Why didn't I do that the first time? Way less risky. So they teabag a lot. Very mature. I'm saddened to know that even America haters don't have any respect for us brave Canadians playing on 4th of July. I teabag a bit too. I taunt. Yeah, because they just killed themselves here. That's just sloppiness on their tech skill. I don't even know what they were trying to do. I guess more shines. Yeah, my own teabagging, very bad. I don't like to see myself do this stuff. And then, of course, it would have been good if I got that grab and I actually down throwed and then took a stock or did like 80% or something. You know, that would have been sweet. That would have been what we want to see. Especially after degrading myself and teabagging. But no, instead I forward throw. That's no good. This is like when I know I've lost the plot of FD. Specifically, I just double jump kind of back into the corner. I'm like, I'm in a vulnerable spot. I'm in the corner. What can I do to make myself more vulnerable? I'm just gonna double jump backwards. So what I should be doing is playing grounded and just trying to cover ground. Like, he's running away a lot. The opponent is giving me leeway to try to take center stage. And instead, I'm just trying to, like, entice them. So now I get down throw, and then I up smash. I should be reacting, but I'm not. But whatever. So this is a little bit better. I try to get in on the ground. Missing some grabs. And it just kind of falls more and more apart from here, I think. Like, I recognize this should be a winnable game. Like, I have no doubt in my mind I'm a better player than this person. Like, in bracket, if I'm playing okay and I'm seeing this person in person and I'm not getting so friggin' tilted, there's like a 0% chance I lose this, I think. And I'm trying to remind myself of that. I can remember thinking, you know, would this ever happen if it wasn't online? But it doesn't quite come together. Gotta grab here. This is, I think, of all my bad habits, the #1 worst one. I grab, I read tech in place, I'm right in position to grab again, and then, in my infinite wisdom, jab. Why? Why? What was that jab supposed to do? What? And here's the weird thing. In Project M, that would have been a good jab. My Project M Mario, that's like how I take stocks. I jab there, and then I jab down smash. So it's like, is this other game giving me this bad habit? But it makes no sense, because I was doing this in Melee long before I played Project M. And I play Melee like 10 times as much as I play Project M. So what was the idea? And then I down smash. That's obviously not going to work. At this point, I should make a big recognition that all this person wants to do is up smash me. Because in what world does up smash hit here? I guess it's like pretty close. But they just busted out because frustration on their end, and they just want to close out the stock. And they know, you know, they're on borrowed time, like regaining that lead. I think they know it shouldn't have been that easy. So I keep the pressure on, they roll away. I kind of like how I'm playing here. I recognize this time, oh, all they're trying to do is up smash. So get an easy grab. Here I get like a million free chances. And finally get one. This was so bad. This was just raw panic. Like, oh my god. I should have taken this stock right here, and I didn't. Because of execution errors, and then I put into a bad spot, and I'm like, I just gotta get on stage, and that's the exact wrong thing to do. They taunt twice again. Very nice. I love Melee, a game with a beautiful community that has brought millions together. I don't know how I'm even playing here. I was doing weird sliding around down tilts, which I don't think is bad, because down tilt is actually a really good anti-aerial move. It moves your hurt box so low that you can kind of like whiff punish a lot of jump-ins. Trade with drill and stuff. But it doesn't really work out for me. That was also a mistake. I should just fair there, and I killed them 100% of the time. Luckily, they do a really bad ledge option. I taunt again. I'm so stupid. Get a grab. Read, tech in place again. Then they just run away and laser, which is to be expected. This is like such a silly jump in up air again. Why? Science does not know. I'm just kind of throwing out aerials in the middle of the stage. Here I'm just like so pissed off. Because like, where does this guy get the nerve that they like taunt me and teabag me over and over again, and then they laser camp me? Where is the shame? Where is the shame? Like, where is the sense that, oh, I'm gonna get laughed at if I play like this? It's nowhere, because it's online. And I'll never encounter this person again in my life. It's tragic. So yeah, this is like just so brain dead of me though. Like, what point am I trying to prove? I take a laser right to the face and another one. They're like headshotting me. I don't think they can double laser either, because why wouldn't you double laser there? And then I just hold W straight at them and whiff a dash attack. And it's just like, my dignity is all but lost at this point. The game is just a matter of consequence. What can I do here? This is where it's like really bad. Because at this percent, any hit is like knocking me off or setting me up to die. And yeah, I just make bad choices. So overall, a bad set. I think all I can really do with analysis if I'm playing that bad is point out my mistakes, and by articulating them, really, really try to drill it into my brain why they are mistakes. And, you know, maybe if I can repeat that to a reasonable extent, we're going to start to internalize it and start to recognize it. That's the hope, but maybe in the future I'll have sets where I'm playing better and I can actually try to like analyze stuff that's working. Here I would say most of the things that worked were just because I capitalized on their mistakes. I also hope that really thoroughly examining an instance of myself getting tilted by BM will make me less inclined to get tilted in the future, but that remains to be seen. Anyways, happy 4th of July. Shoutouts, fuck America. I was pretty mean to you over the course of this video, but you really pissed me off, so what can I say? But you seem like a good player, and I agree, fuck America. So have a good day to you too. Bye-bye.